If you have been cursed, like I have, and you have to read video game journalist reviews for a living, you will notice a trend. Many of them dislike Japanese games. I think it's a matter of principle. Like, no matter how good the game, they will have to find something to complain about it. They love progressive games from California now, like The Last of Us 2, Borderlands. Oh my god, those are amazing. But when From Software makes a game, they have to find something to complain about. Apparently, it's almost like they copied each other's homework, and they're all saying that the story in the game is bad, so they can't give it a 9, they will give it an 8. This is like with all the game journalist publications, and I'm thinking like, wow, I guess it's a pity the story isn't made for a modern audience, right? Apparently, the game doesn't subvert your expectations. They forgot to gender swap or race swap some of the mechs. It would have made Klaus Schwab and the journalists a little bit more happier had they done that. They should have gone on Twitter and insulted their customers a little bit more like a real progressive Western company. But you know, I was thinking like maybe they're right, maybe the story is bad. So what do game journalists consider to be a good story? Unironically, they think Borderlands has a good story. Okay, like that is a story for a modern audience. And 4chan shows you the formula for it. So if you are from Software and you're watching my video, listen here, you bigot. I will teach you how to write great stories that the video game journalists would like. If you have a normal line that says, if you can get some fuel canisters, then I can reactivate the main generator and get our shields back up. So I mark your objective on your map, you need to delete this, okay? This is how dumb people write. This is not okay. The correct way of writing is like this. Hey, buddy! Great job at killing those mutants and all. You're really good at shooting thing, that is. One problemo, though. As it turns out, a bunch of monsters on the planet are going to tear our eyes out if we don't get the shields back up. And this is just my opinion, but that's gonna suck. Not having eyes sound terrible. Like, how am I supposed to read my collections of bootylicious space babes without the flipping eyeballs? So here's my brilliant plan. I got written here on this napkin. There's this generator thing. You following me? And it needs gas. Who knew? So maybe you can go out and fetch some canisters, and then we can get the generator running, and then the shield will go back up, and we won't have horrible, viciously murders in our midst. Doesn't that sound great? I know, right? So since I did most of the work coming up with the plan, I was thinking you can do the last step and get the canisters. If you see monsters, shoot them in the face or something. Oh, and one more tip. Try not to get killed. That'll put a wrench in my plan. Metaphorically, that is. Not literally. I hate when people misuse the term literally. It drives me figuratively insane. Anyway, I'll just be here, cowering in my bunker, while you go do that. Go Team Badass! Written for the modern, progressive audience that votes Democrat like good, decent people, and they protect our democracy. Unironically though, like, I'm just like noticing this stigma towards Japanese companies in the Western media. Like every single time, if you actually read the game journalist magazines like I do, you know, like what I'm saying here is going to be straw man. That some people will say, well, V, but the Armored Core doesn't have a good story. I'm like, look, I'm not talking about that. What I am talking about is that if Armored Core has a bad story, how should the Gearbox game story be rated as, huh? Like, do we not compare one game to another so we can have the score? Like, if it's a game is a 6 on a story level, it should be worse than an 8, and it should be better than a 4? Isn't that how it works? Isn't that why we have fucking numbers from 1 to 10? So I'm questioning, why is it that every single time a game that's made by a Japanese company is considered to be worse than a game that's made in a Western company? That's what I want to know. Because again, like, I'm starting to see the trend. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.